Welcome back to Life's Weird with Jen and George. As always, I'm Jen.
I'm George. Yo, episode 2. Let's go.
We got little fancy pants over here.
Hey, man, I had to put on my church hat. You know what I'm
You're
saying?
like, I need to go get a hat.
Take the people to church.
Yeah, there you go. Preach, George, preach.
We take all donations. You know what I'm saying? If people want to give us money so we can quit our jobs. Yeah, yeah. I'm just throw that out there.
We'll let that go. Do with that what you will. All right, let's get started. So, I kind of want to do a little background on how we met, and we're going on 15 years here. I don't know if
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh,
that's
wow. Yeah. It has been that
insane.
long.
Yeah,
Yeah.
almost half my
It
life.
would be, yeah. I'm a little bit older than you, but, yeah, it's a good amount of chunk of my life. Yeah. Yeah. It has been a really long time. I
Mm-hmm.
wish like we had like a really like weird story. Like, yeah. We were like at the cemetery and I was like, hey, that's a cool looking person. And she was like, oh, that's a cool looking person. And we were friends, but no, we just met at work.
We can
Yeah.
make it weird. We can make it a weird story. That's okay. We can change it
Well,
up every time we talk about it, but we'll give the true story today.
yeah. Well, we met a lot of weird people that we worked with at that time. So, if you wanted to go there, we could. But
I
yeah,
I don't
things could
know if
get
I'm
real
ready for
strange.
that yet. That's
Yeah,
a
that's a conversation we might just go for later.
yeah. Yeah, crazy. But yeah, it was almost 15 years ago.
Oh yeah.
A nice
Oh yeah.
little training class we had to go to so we could work in
Yeah.
a warehouse.
Mm.
Good stuff. Good stuff.
And I didn't even fall asleep during the training. I was awake the whole time because I'm a professional.
Hmm.
Yeah. I do it for the people. I'm a man of the people.
I'm gonna keep those pictures of you sleeping at work to myself.
Ah, you know what? Yeah, I was tired, man. Life was hard at that moment. I had to get my
And you're
sleep
not the
on.
only one that fell asleep. There were
And
a handful of people that fell asleep.
hopefully I wasn't snoring, but if I was, it's all good. People snore. Allergies,
True.
allergies. If they would have said something to me, that's what I would have said. Allergies. Do you hate people with allergies? Are you discriminating them against me because of my allergies? I would
That's
have probably
funny
said something
because
like that.
we had, so it was set up, it was a long desk, and it was our manager, one of our good old buddies, crazy person, and then me. So
Mm.
George would always fall asleep in crazy person's chair because he was hardly ever there. And there were a couple
Yeah.
times people would walk by and be like, "Is he sleeping?" And I would look at, no, he's not. So I had your back. I
Well, I appreciate that.
I got you.
'Cause I definitely needed that job at the time.
Not
And it was
sleeping.
like, it was dark in there. Anytime you get me in a dark room, I'm probably gonna fall asleep, especially when it's something really boring.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man, it
Yeah.
happens. It's a part of
Crazy time.
life. Yeah. I
That's
wish it
funny.
was like a much cooler story, but I think that's how most people like meet their friends, and
Mm-hmm.
that's kind of how that's something I want to transition into as far as what we're talking about today, as far as like making friends as an adult, and just friendships as an adult. Because it's weird, right? It's like when you're a
Mm-hmm.
kid, you might meet a friend at the park and then you become friends. Like, hey, you like green Jolly Ranchers? Me too. We should be friends. Hell yeah, we should. But that same scenario doesn't really work as an adult. Like if I
Mm-hmm.
didn't know you and I was just like, hey, you want the Jolly Rancher? You'd probably be like, why is this weird black man giving me candy?
Where's the white van? I don't know.
Where's the van with no windows? And why does he just have random candy in his pocket? Okay,
Uh,
man. Gotta keep that blood sugar up, you know what I'm saying?
yeah.
And yeah, it's you just find yourself like, and just kind of like I'm okay. For the people who don't know, I'm married and I'm not married to Jennifer. She and I are just friends. My wife is named Mary. We've been married for quite a long time at this point. And, a lot of the times I find it that I've always grown up with like women friends and stuff like that. But once I kind of got married, I did find it weird that there was like women who didn't necessarily want to be friends with me. And it was like, it was nothing that I was doing or not doing. It's just they felt uncomfortable. And I was like, well, I don't know what I can do to make you feel more comfortable. But I think that just goes with the dynamic between men and women. Like my
Hmm.
wife's one of her best friends is a man, and I don't really care one way or the other. Like he's a nice guy, so it's like, yeah, I would want to be friends with him too. But it doesn't bother me that that we're married and she has a male friend. You have a lot of male friends, right?
Hmm. Hmm. Yeah, it was ever since high school. I don't know. I just kind of got a well along with men. And then my first boyfriend, he was very territorial and
Mm.
the jealous type. So I did. I have to kind of cut off a lot of friendships. And then it wasn't until we started working together actually where I started making more male friends because I was like, I feel like I'm doing something wrong. But I'm like, friends are friends. Like, there's nothing
Yeah.
wrong with it. But yeah, there's some people out there that there's a real issue with it. And it's just like,
I think a lot of times people don't know what real friendship is, right? I'm not gonna male bash because I'm a male, obviously, but there are a lot of men who are more like a predatorial like situation where it's like they're not really friends with like women, they're just trying to like waiting for their
mhm,
time. And that sounds like a predator to me, but it is what it is. But it's kind of
yeah,
like you wouldn't say that same thing about your male friends. Like, oh man, if he's single and I'm single, let's go. Well, so why would you say that about your women friends? It should all be
mhm,
the same thing to me.
mhm. Yeah. It's an interesting topic, and I'm glad we're talking about it because most of the comments I got about our last episode is, oh, that's not what I was expecting. Oh, he's not bad looking. Is he single? How come you guys aren't? I'm like, we've been friends forever. And I mean, because I'm single. So
Uh-huh.
anytime I talk about any of my male friends, they're like, what's going on with that? Like,
Yeah, that's funny.
I'm
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
we're just friends. Like, calm down. But even guys I'm talking to, they'll see, a guy's name pop up on my phone. They're like, oh, you're talking to other people. I'm like, what? Yeah, I'm talking to a ton of other people. I'm in my mid 30s. I know a lot of people. I talk to them. I'm not involved with anybody. But yeah, there's such a stigma to it that it's, well,
Oh
you're
yeah.
talking to them, so you must be interested or, you know,
Yeah.
being
Uh, I
sketchy. I'm like,
think as an adult, I think it is unfair to kind of put all your eggs in one basket when it comes to just the love that you give out, right?
mhm,
Because if my wife is my only like friend or my only person that I talk to, then that puts so much pressure on her because friends are like to make you laugh, make you have different experiences with different. If I put all that stress and all that onto my wife, then it's like that's just really unfair because it's like sometimes like everyone goes through things where they just are like, you know what, I just want to chill today. So they don't want you to come in and be like, hey, I had all these crap days and yada yada yada. Because they're looking at you like, man, don't you have like a friend that you could tell this to? Because yeah, it's like you can't put so much stress and like just all that onto one person. So I think
mhm,
it's important to have like adult friends, but actual friends. You know what I'm saying? Like,
mhm,
there's definitely a difference. Like, you could always tell like when a guy is like, because I've had like girlfriends and they had guy quote unquote guy friends, and I used to tell them that dude's not your friend. Like he's just like
mhm.
waiting. He's like
Yeah.
waiting in the wings because it's like he's always got something bad to say, or he's always like, I wouldn't do that if I was him. And it's like, well, I guess. Like, who is this guy? Who's this clown? And that's kind of it's weird that you look at like it's like almost like a lack of self-control, right? Because it's like you can't control yourself around like the opposite sex. You're fine, you know. You're an adult. Be an adult, dude. It's okay.
Hmm. That's very true. Yeah, I think if there's no reason of like I can't trust you or, you know, I think people need to kind of chill out on the why are you friends with him? Well, is something going on? No. So why are you friends? Why is he friends with you? Doesn't he have a girl? You know, there's so much
Yeah,
that goes into it where it's like, we just have fun, you know.
yeah, for sure.
I'm a weird person. You're a weird dude. I think that's why we get along so well, is because it's fun and it's, you know, it's
Like
light and you
our,
need more of that.
I would say that our relationship didn't change once I got married. Like
Hmm.
it's the same that it's always been. Because it's like,
Hmm.
you know, why would it change? Like,
Hmm.
and if you
Exactly.
got married to a guy, I don't think I would look at that situation any differently. Like, oh
Hmm.
man. But also,
Yes, we can't be friends anymore.
I think like a lot of times guys get themselves into sticky situations, right? Because it's
Mhm.
like, yeah, we're friends, and it's like, but you can't be taking your friends to like a romantic dinner. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Mhm.
well, but it's like you wouldn't do that with your male friends, right? Like me and my friends aren't going out together like, hey bro, you wanna get this candle light? Hey, light that candle. So it's like I'm not taking any of my friends to like romantic like outings, because
Mhm.
it's weird. But everyone's different, I guess. But you can't put yourself into situations where it has the potential to look like it's something more than it is.
Mhm. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. And I think
Mhm.
too, when it comes to like adult friends, where do you meet like people that like I can't remember the last time I had like a new friend that wasn't like a coworker. Where do
Mhm.
you meet like
I usually
friends?
meet them at hockey games.
Ah, like
Yeah.
that's a good idea. Like
Yeah.
because they're into the same thing that you're into.
Hmm.
That makes a ton of sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm
Yeah.
somebody who
Actually,
has
when
a
I
lot
was a
of
season
interest
ticket
there.
holder years and years ago, back when I used to live in Chicago, um, I met, I had a good group of people that I was really close to, and all of them I wouldn't have met if I didn't go to hockey games. So,
Oh, there you
hockey
go.
games, highly recommend.
There you go. That's a great idea. Yeah. I think sometimes when you're a man, sometimes it could be a little bit more different because I feel like men becoming friends with other men, sometimes it could be weird. Sometimes it could get weird for sure. Because I remember there was this guy who I met at the gym, and I thought he was just trying to be my friend, and then like a couple seconds in, I was like, "Oh, okay, yeah, no, 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 no." But I didn't think about it at first. I'm like, "Oh, he's just a." My wife had to tell me, "I don't think he's trying to be your friend. What are you talking about? We compliment each other. We share lotion with each other. You know what I'm saying? He always had nice words, and then it was like, as I'm like saying it out loud to myself, I go, "Ah, okay, okay, I see. All right. I don't think he wants. I think he wants to take me out on a date, and I'm not with it. But I can't blame the man for having good taste.
Uh-huh.
It just, I think that's one of the parts about being like happily married, right? That like when you encounter people who are like trying to do that, most of the time you don't even notice, and you're just like in the conversation, like yeah, 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 and then they're like, and normally they'll say something and they make you go, oh, oh, you're just in the conversation,
We're not
and
on the
then they're
same
just like,
page.
yeah, I love making out with tall guys. Oh, oh, I'm a tall guy. Oh, you're talking about me. Oh, okay. I have a friend for you who's tall. And it's like, oh, okay. I see what's happening here. Yeah, I just don't. Yeah, and that's the thing. You gotta protect yourself. You gotta watch out because there are some weirdos out there for sure.
Yes.
And I never asked you, but how does it feel to be friends with me? And because do you have a lot of black friends or no?
Hmm.
You
No.
do? And do you
Hmm.
think that's weird? Because I think sometimes people
I don't
might
think it's
look.
weird. But
Okay.
yeah, I get a lot of, hmm, it's like,
Yeah.
where did you guys meet? Like, how did that happen? Like,
Uh,
but yeah,
hmm.
most of my friends, I have a lot of Mexican, Black. I mean, I have more different race friends than white friends. And sometimes people see them and they're like, how? What do you mean, how? We get along,
Yeah.
we have fun, and but yeah, I don't know.
I feel like I can be friends with anyone, but the
Hmm.
baseline is that you have to be a good person.
Hmm.
And as long as you're a good person, I feel like I can be friends with you. But I try not to bring race and stuff into certain conversations, but there's certain conversations that like I feel like if you feel certain ways about certain things, then you probably can't be my friend. Like I understand the whole like I don't see color and all that, but I feel like there's certain situations that you have to see my color. Like if
Hmm.
let's say you and I are in the mall or something and I'm being like followed or looked at by like a security guard and you're just kind of like, "Well, I don't think that's really happening to you." And it's like, "Yeah, it's definitely happening to me." Like I had a friend who I was close with who would and I used to get pulled over all the time because I grew up in Schaumburg and I was like, most of the people were white. And it was just kind of like, I used to get pulled over all the time. And he would ask me, well, what did you do? Well, I didn't do anything. Well, what do you mean? And it's like, well, I'm not going to defend myself. Like, I'm
Hmm.
telling you, they're pulling me over because of the color of my skin. And it's like, no, 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 no. Well, sure. And it's like, I don't get pulled over because of the color of my skin. Well, you're white. So what are
Right.
we talking about? This is a weird
Hmm.
conversation for us to have. You can't feel a certain way about any race of people and be friends with those people. You know what I'm saying? You always hear that like, well, I'm not racist. I have a black friend. Well, that doesn't mean you're not a racist. You like that one black person. That doesn't mean you like black people. You know what
Hmm.
I'm saying?
Hmm. Yeah. As long as you're not ignorant about it. I mean,
Yeah. Oh
people are
yeah.
people.
Yeah.
Spread love.
And I always hate people who like, it's politics have kind of infected people in a way that I didn't see really coming. And it's really difficult to be friends with people sometimes, not because, I'm a Democrat and my wife is a Republican. And it's like not every Democrat hates Republicans. I'm pretty sure you're a Democrat, but even if you aren't, it's fine either way. But it's kind of like there's a difference between your political affiliations and just kind of like being a good person. You shouldn't have to choose one or the other or
Yep.
make comments like, it's you hear like so many like strange comments sometimes from people like you've known for 20 something years. And it's like, that's why social media is like sometimes just like, you just gotta get off of there because it's like,
Hmm.
man, I've known you for 20 years and now somehow you became this like but maybe they were always like that and I didn't know. But it was just kind of like to see some of the people and some of the things they say, it's like, ooh, that was
Hmm.
weird. Because what are you
Yep.
supposed to say?
Hmm. I had a friend, and I hate talking politics with people because people can get so not aggressive, but like kind of just straight up rude about it.
Hmm.
But he would blame me for gas prices in Chicago because I didn't vote
Oh,
for Trump, what, whatever year that happened. But I'm like, excuse me? And he's like, this is your fault. I'm like, I'm not even in Chicago. I'm like, I didn't raise gas prices. Well, you didn't vote for Trump. And I'm like, the whole point was a lot of people didn't vote for Trump. That's why he's not in office right now. Well, that's why gas prices are
Yeah,
high. It's your fault. I'm like,
that's you want to talk about weird. Boy,
right.
that is weird.
I'm
I don't
like,
even know what
come
to say
on.
about that.
We don't talk anymore. He has gotten himself blocked on everything, sadly, but it's like once
Sometimes
you
I
get to a
wish he,
certain level of
yeah,
crazy, it's just like, what are you even talking about? Why are we having this conversation?
yeah, oh yeah. The conversations with, it, friendships can go because, it's just like any kind of relationships.
Mhm.
I have this theory about 10 years. With every 10 years, I feel like you should change so much between, like, for example, from 10 to 20, very different. 20 to 30, 30 to 40. You shouldn't be doing all the same thing, like the
Mhm.
exact same things, and you shouldn't be the exact same person you were 10 years ago. 10 years is a really long time. So your opinions can evolve and you can evolve as a person, but
Mhm.
it all comes back to the baseline of being a good person. And everyone knows what a good person is. Like we don't even have to speak the same language for me to understand that you're a good person or a bad person. It's
Mhm.
like people show you who they are, and it's like,
Listen.
sometimes you gotta just listen, I'm a
Hmm.
big talker who talks a lot, and sometimes I miss the red flags with people who I'm friends with because I'm so busy talking. And it's like sometimes I gotta just shut up and listen and then be like, oh, I know, like my wife is really good at like judging people, and she's like, "Oh, that's not a good person." And I'm like, "Who him? He's a nice guy." And then like we'll get in a situation or something that happened, and I go, "Oh, he's not a nice guy. He's a bad guy, actually." I think I'm just an optimistic person. I try to see the best out of everybody, but at some people's best, they are still a piece of junk.
Yep. Yep. Listen when they tell you. You can give them a couple chances, but
Oh, for
they'll
sure,
they'll
man.
let it show, and then you're like,
With
wish me the
politics
best.
and like just everything. Sometimes it's so hard to make a new friend, and it's like as
Mhm.
an adult, it just feels like a weird thing to even like talk about or complain about, like, I just need a new friend.
Uh-huh.
It just sounds weird. But friendship is important, and it's because as you start to get older, you just get so much like more responsibilities. You get married, you have children, you buy a home, you do this and
Well,
you do
it's
that.
such a different part of your life too. That's like
Oh yeah,
meet people that are going through the same thing or going through the same things
yeah.
and can relate to you.
And it's like I always think like, okay, how much in common do I really need to have with a person to be friends with them? And it's like because if I want to just talk to myself, I just talk to myself. But it's also like, well, I don't want some. I think I'm looking to be friends with people who I think are good people. As long as you're a good
Mhm.
person, I think that's like the baseline, and then everything else can be worked around. But
Mhm.
sometimes the political stuff it can get real spooky out there.
It's too
Like
much,
you,
especially lately. It's just like, eh.
because they might be a good person, but then like they might have like a view on them on something political that'll make you go, "Oh my goodness." Well, if
Mhm.
she didn't want to get touched, she shouldn't have dressed like that. Oh my God. Look at this guy. Like, I
Mhm.
can't be friends with this guy. I have a daughter, and it's like, what if someone said that and my daughter was around? I would want to punch that person in the face. But it's like, well, I try not to judge people too harshly, but it's like sometimes I think people need to be judged. I think
Mhm.
more people need to make like accountability for other people and just tell people, yo, shut up. Or like tell them, yo, you can't say that. It's
Mhm.
you get the whole like, oh, this is America. Nah, I don't care where we're at, friend. You can't say that.
Mhm.
I think there's more men who need to keep more men accountable as far as just some of the trash that men say. And that's why a lot of women can't be friends with men because a lot of men are creeps. I'm just gonna keep it honest. I have friends who like if I was a woman, I certainly wouldn't be friends with them because they say things sometimes, and I'm just like, oh man, like Jesus Christ, like
Mhm.
wow, you know. And I mean, you've been the girl in a group of guys when there's no women around and guys get to talking,
Mhm.
and things get said that are just like, oh my,
Mhm.
you know what
It's
I'm saying?
important to have a good head on your shoulders and
Oh, for
uh,
sure,
know how
man.
to just nice, yeah, okay, and move past it.
Yeah, because a
Smile
lot
and
of
nod.
smile and nod sometimes, but you know, sometimes you just gotta speak up, you know, because it's like, I don't want to get too political, but sometimes, you know, you hear different things about Latino people and all this, and it's like, well, hey man, why don't you relax with all that, you know? Because it's like, what are you really talking about? A lot of the time, the people who other people hate so much, they don't even interact with these people.
Mhm.
You have so much hate in your heart for people that you don't even interact with. Where is it even coming from? And
Mhm.
I think a lot of the times, a lot of people can't make friends or get in a happy relationship because they hate themselves. You know what I'm saying? Damn, that was
100%.
a gem right there. A jewel, just dropped a jewel right there. Hopefully, hopefully
Truth,
all the
it's the
weirdos pick
hat.
it up. I know I'm feeling real scholarly right now. I think we should start calling our fans, the weirdos. I hope the weirdos pick up that gem. You gotta love yourself. Love thine self.
Hmm.
Because if you hate yourself, how could you love anybody else?
Hmm.
Man, I gotta write that down, I think.
Look at you go.
And I might get
It's true
scholarly.
though. Hmm.
Oh, for sure. And that comes with any kind of relationships and friendships. And, you know, I think everyone just want, I don't know. I think I'm at the point, I'm 41. So it's like, I don't want to hang out with people that I don't like. You know, it's like, I was hanging out with some friends like a few years ago, and they were talking, they were gone, and I just thought, I think I'm gonna just leave because I don't really like any of you, and I just left. And it was like, where'd you go? I don't decide to get about here, man. You guys were talking. I just didn't like anything that was being said, and it was just kind of like, well, my time is precious. I don't have time. I think that's one of the things that comes when you get older. You just realize I really don't have time for this. So just leave. Like
Hmm.
I'm that's what you should do when you're on like a bad date. Just leave. Like, hey, you know what? This date is trash. Thank you for the food. I'll see you later. That's it. It's a wrap. It's like, what's the point? Like, you want me to pretend like this is going well? This is not going well. All right.
Hmm. It's
What do
very
you
true.
What do you do? I know we're supposed to talk about friendship, but now I'm getting all in your business. What do you do when you're on like a bad date?
I usually go quiet and there's a lot of smiling and nodding. And then when it ends and he's like, so you want to do something else? It was great when I had my dog because he was prime, get me out of things. I'm like, I gotta go let my dog out, I gotta go. But now I'm just like, no, it's getting late. I think we're good here. Thank you for the time.
Sounds like you're like letting someone go. Well, when it comes to this company, you're just not the right person. I just don't feel it. You know what I'm saying?
Like
I'm gonna
we're
just
going
have
in
to let you
opposite
go.
directions right now, and
Yeah, you're not as a.
we're
I
gonna
think
go a different direction here.
I think God did the perfect job at making me a man. Because if I was a woman, people would hate my guts. Boy, because if I'm on a bad date and it's going bad, yo, I would be like, yo, this date is trash. You're trash. The food's trash. I would probably get like beat up as a woman. Like people would probably, man, I hate that lady. That's one of the things about that male privilege, right? You can be a real jerk, and people are like, ah, he's so charming. Well, thank you. If I was a woman, that lady's a real bitch. Indeed.
Uh-huh.
But those are the kind of women that I like to be friends with. I like a woman who's like, I think when you're around me, I hope that you feel like as confident and as aggressive to tell people, hey, shut up. I try to pull the most aggressive part of you out. And that, like, so you can just, so you, shut up over there. Like, yeah, hell yeah.
I will. And if we're ever walking in a mall and we're being followed, I will be like the little chihuahua where we're like, I don't look like much, but I will, you better back up. Like,
Yeah, there you
I'll
go.
defend you. See? I got you.
Hey, you gotta be, well, you gotta probably walk a line when it comes to being an aggressive woman because, yeah, and
There's a
on a
fine line.
serious note, yeah, you gotta
Mhm.
be careful because some of these guys are crazy out there, and some of these ladies are crazy out there too. So you
Mhm.
gotta be careful. You know, I think that's what I always try to bring into every friendship. When I'm friends with anybody, I want people to feel like they can be themselves when they're with me. And
Mhm.
I think I do a pretty good job at that. Like I feel like when people are around me, they feel comfortable and they can just be like, just let it out, man. You got something to say, go
Gotta
ahead
be
and say
weird.
it.
Let it out. Hmm.
Yeah, I feel like I give off, I think, a weird energy, but not a weirdo energy. There's a
Yeah.
difference between a weird person and a weirdo. And
Yep.
I feel like I give off like more like a fun little shoulder shimmy, a little fun, weird energy. You know what I'm saying? Somebody who would do that in a conversation, not like a, hey, can I get your old socks? See, that's the difference between a weird person and a weirdo.
Hmm.
Yeah, 'cause there's a lot of weirdos out there for
A
sure.
lot. Hmm.
And it makes it, I don't know, it's like I think social media too has changed friendships as well because it's like I feel like so many people overshare on social media that it's like there's nothing to say when you see them in person. You know, like you just
Yeah.
told me your whole life. I know what you had for breakfast this morning. So it's like, what are we supposed to talk about when we see each other? It's like, hey, I just went on a vacation. Yeah, I know. You just posted all the photos.
I feel like I was
Like,
there. Thank you.
like, all right. Because I want to go, I'm gonna start like going old school, like old, like 1970s and start bringing my friends over and showing them like pictures of my vacation on the TV. Hey, look at that. You see that? I smelled the flower right there in Rome. You like that? In every picture, I would stop, look at them and say, you like that? Just so it sounds like a form of torture, but they'll be fine. I think when you're my friend, you can kind of expect for me to just get a little weird sometimes, and then she's like, "Oh, all right,
Nothing wrong with
he's
that.
just he's just being weird, man. He's just letting it go." But I wish he would stop asking me if I like that. You like that? I like to do that to people who I'm friends with.
You're just looking out, and that's nice. So,
I like to do that with people who I'm friends with. That I like to hit like my friends with you know what I'm talking about. Say something like just totally outlandish and be like, you know what I'm talking about. And most of my friends just nod, and some of them are like, whoa, because I'm a hot take. I wouldn't say I have hot takes, but sometimes I do, and I just need my friends to be like, he's right. Like no matter how weird the take is, like you know what, East is better than West. I just need my friend to be like, yeah, he's right. I think you're a really good friend in that way. I feel like if no matter what I say for the most part, you'll be like, yeah, hell yeah. That
yeah.
friend, and that's adult friendship right there. No matter what you say, I'm pretty much with it. And I'm like, as long as you don't say nothing crazy, but I feel like I know you well enough that you're not gonna say nothing like crazy. Like, yeah, man, aliens be harassing people all the time. Ooh,
Yeah, right.
George, you know what I'm talking about. With their flying saucers, you know what I'm talking about. Flat Earth, you know what I'm talking about. Like, yeah, 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 for sure, for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
Like, as long as you don't go off the rails, I can pretty much get with anything. But
Hmm.
you're not one of those friends who goes off the rails. I got a couple friends who
Off the
go off the
rails.
rails. Oh man,
Yeah.
especially once alcohol gets involved, they get to talking crazy. And man, y'all know the Earth is flat. George, you know, right? Hell yeah, hell yeah, brother. That's when you know I'm full of crap when I hit you with the brother. Yeah, brother. I'll hit anyone with the
Noted.
brother. You got it, brother. No matter what we're talking about. Oh, hell yeah. You know it, brother. Just
That's
to
good.
like, sometimes you gotta just say stuff like that when you're with your friends, just to end the conversation. Yeah, hell yeah. Hell yeah. I know what you mean. Because it gets so weird sometimes, you know? Because especially once you
True.
start getting, things could get strange, you know?
We
Did
kind of
you
froze
freeze or did I
there.
freeze?
Yeah, we're both kind of
Uh,
freezing here. So
Amen.
awesome. But that's all right. We'll try it again
They're trying
tomorrow.
to, the internet is trying to shut us down.
Yeah.
You know
YouTube
what I'm
tried to shut
saying?
us
Now
down.
I'm
That
going
wasn't
off the
right.
rails. Trying to shut down the people. You know what I'm
Shut them
saying?
down.
They don't want us, they don't
Can't
want
hold
our
us down.
interracial friendship to to sparkle on the
It's weird.
internet.
I wasn't expecting it. It's weird. I don't know what to think. We're
And
gonna
man,
keep
they're
coming
just
back
trying to
though.
they just trying to keep a good black man down, you know what I'm saying?
Right?
They hate me because of my hat. I like it when people say they because it's like they could be anybody. They, who the hell is they? You know.
Mm.
Anytime I say they and people say, who the hell is they? Oh, you know.
You know, you know.
Oh,
This has
oh,
been a
you
really
know.
fun chat. I think this
Mhm.
has been really, really good. The internet's being wonky, so I think we're gonna cut it here just so we don't get cut off again. But yeah, the
Yeah,
next one's gonna be really good. I'm
for
excited for what
sure.
we have going on here.
Oh, yeah. It's a lot of good chats. It's just keeping it light and airy, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like a beignet.
Hell yeah, brother.
You see what I'm saying? It just works really nice. And no matter what the person says, you got it, brother. I go, okay.
All right. Well, until next time, everybody, keep it weird, and we will see you next time. Bye, George.
Classy. Later.